Chakravarthy. What we're going to do today is to just quickly run you through the PPT to set a context so that I think Meghna can probably ask better questions in that case, right? So let me just run you through what's digital about these things. I think there is a couple of, I think this is something that I would like to really talk about. One of the questions that a lot of people have when we now talk about flying taxis is how are we going to fly without colliding, without planes colliding? So we are actually working on a digital air routes, if you will, right? So these are imaginary roads in the sky, if you will. That's something, one of those things that I thought I'll talk about. This is the first time actually I'm talking about this in public because that's a question that people keep asking. And this actually talks about detecting and avoiding obstacles in the air. When each of these planes is going, they will actually be able to figure out where each one of them is. I think we can show a computer vision and deep learning algorithm based precision landing. So this is actually the software, and I think, let me see if I can get to the other video. Okay, let's just, I don't know if I can play this video. Can you just play this video from the... Well, or, right. So this is where we are. We are actually into doing a subscale prototype. It's the largest of the drones, if you will. In fact, we showcased this to the Civil Aviation Minister earlier today in Bangalore. It's right now in Bangalore, and it's going to go back to Chennai for further testing. That's where we are. So I think we'll be done with this, and then we can...
Dr. Chakravarthy.
It's a subscale version of it. I think we are working on the full-scale version where people can sit and fly.
How big is the full-scale version of an e-taxi?
Yeah, so that's a good question. We are actually making the most compact electric VTOL in the world. So our full-scale version will actually be about 6 meters wingtip to wingtip.
I'll ask you something. People like me, I've traveled 2 hours today to get here, and I'm going to take roughly that much time if I travel back to office. I can actually sit in one of these things, and how fast will it take me? For a distance which otherwise in Delhi to Noida would have taken 2 hours.
Oh, that should be about 15 minutes, I would think.
10-15 minutes away.
Yes.
So roughly 10 times faster.
Absolutely.
10 times faster. And
Absolutely.
How many passengers can this take?
Repeat that?
How many passengers can it?
Right now, we're actually working on a two-seater. So that will be a 1 pilot and 1 passenger. Mainly targeting executives who actually don't want to wait for other seats to be filled up. Because if you think about it, most of the taxi travel, right? Look at airport taxis or any of those things, it's actually single passenger.
yes.
travel, right? So about 2/3 of taxi travel is about single passenger. That's a market that we're targeting.
So two people can sit in one of these. This is, of course, a prototype. The full size design that you are building, 2 passengers, 1 pilot can actually take off. And what's very interesting, when I was seeing this video, it's a vertical takeoff and a vertical landing. It doesn't need any space. There's no infrastructure required. You can literally land it anywhere.
Absolutely. That's exactly the point.
So it can go to anyone's office building. How much space does it take? Can we land one here?
We are yeah, of course. I think we're looking at about a 3-bedroom apartment worth of space, like about 1,500 square feet at the most. Yeah.
In this much space?
This would be about
this entire stage.
This should be okay. This should actually fit the plane, definitely. But for landing, we need to have like about 1.5 times the dimensions. So we need to have a little bit more. I think the width of the stage would be okay, but not the length of the stage would be okay, but not the width.
You must explain to our viewers and all the people in the audience what a vertical takeoff and a vertical landing is, because we all understand planes. They would need longer runways. That's something that we, I believe, need to understand in something like this.
Fundamentally, like you can see the model over there,
yes.
right? So it takes off like a drone, but it actually flies like a plane.
And how safe is it?
Oh, it's actually pretty safe, because there are 2 levels of safety in this. First of all, there is an entire weight of the aircraft can be balanced by the vertical rotors that are lifting it like a drone, because that's what is actually making it take off. But while it goes as a plane, it's designed in such a way that the entire wing can take the weight of the plane. So you have a backup. If one thing fails, the other thing will actually come to the rescue. So for example, if the vertical rotors fail, you can actually glide to safety, except that you need to probably look for something that's with a short runway kind of a distance, right? Maybe in the middle of a road or something.
Middle of a road, or even a rooftop. Any office
rooftop,
for example.
Rooftop is actually what we're targeting for most landings and takeoffs.
And that makes so much sense. However, one very important question, affordability. Is it cost effective?
Yeah.
Can people like me actually afford something like this?
Yeah, we've done the math. We are basically looking at around, let's say, if you have to compare with Uber, right, Uber or Ola, right, without any surge pricing and all that stuff that they go through, we are right now looking at positioning it around 2.5 to 3 times the Uber price when we are first starting the...
and 10 times faster.
10 times faster.
And so I'm from the Northeast, so I understand how difficult it can be to have connectivity.
Yeah.
If there is a natural disaster, if there is relief, if there is even primary healthcare required, how will this help?
Oh, this is going to be actually fantastic, because when we expand this from what we're doing currently as the 2-seater, we are looking at one of the first important applications as air ambulance, for example, right? And air ambulances actually can become like mainstream, hospital to hospital, or patients to hospital. This is something that we will actually be looking at as a very routine thing, not just waiting for a natural disaster to happen or anything. Every day, we should actually be having air ambulances coming out of this kind of a application.
Well, Dr. Chakravarthy, I think I can speak on behalf of everyone here. We hope that time comes soon when flying high is meant for the janta.
We're looking for about 2 years for the certification process so that we can actually commercialize it by then.
We're going to hold you to that. 2 years, you're going to return